today it is. It's smoky like a disco in here. Hey Jamie. Hey Rose. Hey Kristen. Awesome. Thank you, Andrea, for the reading donation. Little sage to all of you guys. Okay. Let me find some music. Muzak. Watch, now this sage is not going to want to stop burning. It took me forever to get it going, and now it's going to want to like smoke me out. It's going to be like a Turkish disco in here in a minute. If I don't set fire to the house. Okay, well, we'll let it burn. I just saged all the charms. I've added a new element. I hope I didn't add too many, but I've added a new element to the charms. I'll show you guys. Scrabble tiles! Ah! So we might get words spelled. We might get initials. We could get, I don't know, but I just dumped a bunch in there, so I don't know if the ratio of Scrabble tiles to charms is, I don't know. Fuck it. We're gonna see what happens. Sometimes, these are the times when I wish I still drank, because I would care less. You know, like I'd be like, who the fuck cares? You know, we just charm it out drunk. That'd be a cool night, a night of drunk charming. But I don't drink anymore. So, if I was drinking, I wouldn't even be able to be online. Alright, the only thing I drink is Mountain Dew when I'm up this late trying to charm. After a busy day. I got some cool shit done today though. I got some display stuff for some unboxing things. Of course this sage is just like, oh, we're burning now. Let's just smoke up the place. Okay, it's still going. Okay, calm down. Calmate, girl. It's nice. There's not that many bad spirits tuning in. Okay, you can calm down. I got some nice stuff for some displays for some future unboxing videos. And to just keep set designing because I have fun doing that because I'm gay. It's the gay gene in me, and you know, whatever. So I did that today, and what else did I do? I cleaned the cat box, which was important. That needs to be done daily. 2 male cats, no bueno. Like they sharing a box. I swear to God, they don't drink and eat that much, and they're like. There's just piles and piles of clumps in there that need to come out on a daily basis. It's like, and they have a big mat in front of it to like get the litter off of it. Why am I telling you guys this? Anyways, they have a big mat that shakes the litter off so it doesn't get through the house, but somehow these two managed to track it out into the dining room, and it drives me nuts. So I cleaned that up, hung out in the yard with the dogs today. Threw Gus's duck for him for a little while. Gus has a de-stuffed duck that, not a real duck, it was a stuffed duck that he de-stuffed, and now it's just this soft outer shell of a duck that I throw for him, and he just loves it. Where's your duck, Gus? Bring me your duck. Maybe he'll bring it. I'll show it to you if he brings it in here. He may not, though. Sometimes he gets possessive of it, and once he has it, he's like, ooh, it's mine, all mine. It's mine, all mine. So let me find some music. How about, since we have the death card today, I'm going to put on 852 megahertz, release unconscious bad energy. Not that I have any or that you have any, but with that death card, it kind of signified today that we need to release. So I'm going to put that on. And we'll let that play in the background. And we'll let those megahertz just do it work on us. How are you guys? Look at Jamie link-treeing away. How is she? Get it, Jamie. Wait, I forgot to make, now that I'm thinking about that, I forgot to make Jamie, nobody's here, guys. Oh, Jesus, they think, every time I get loud, they think somebody's in the house, or somebody's coming up. Hey, Ramona. Karen says she sent 15. You have her permission to read her. You have my permission to read me. I will try and respond, but I'm at work with my earbuds in. LOL. I will add you to the list, Karen. Let me get the list out. So we have Andrea kicking it off, for sure. And Jen Nichols, you're getting a reading tonight, whether you're here or you're not. You have to at this point. And then Tina Charlie also paid for another charming. Jennifer Nichols. Tina Charlie, and then Karen. Okay. Hey, Carly Bretlinger. The possibilities is endless. I know it's true. I'm just afraid I've put I bought a pack of them, of 200 Scrabble tiles, but that's just way too many. But then in like my crazy brain starts going, well, will the whole alphabet be in there? Do I have to count out the alphabet? How many there's like 23 letters. I think there's 23 letters in the alphabet. So if there's 200, that means that there's 10 times of the numbers. If there's an exact A through Z and blah, 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 blah. And how many do I put 2 full sets? I was just like, oh, fuck it. And I poured like half the bag in there. I was just tired of it. I just couldn't think about it too much. So if we get an overwhelming amount of Scrabble tiles tonight, I will remove some in the days to come. And if not, if it's the right amount of Scrabble tiles, then fuck it, we'll just go with it. And we're only really supposed to get like 2 or 3 Scrabble tiles, but like what if, well, that's my thought on the ideas. Like 1 or 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 or 5 to spell a word or a name might be kind of cool. Like, but the charm board is only so big at this point. I plan on making a bigger charm board. I'm having one made, but the charm board is only so big. And then, I was thinking, well, what if people have initials like BB? You need 2 B's, or AA, or, SS, so you need doubles of everything. And it's just too much in my head. So it's Andrea's first charming with her. Oh, good. Well, Kristen saying it's Andrea's first charming with me. That's great. It's fun, Andrea. Don't worry. And I love that Kristen's still our interpreter. It's as if we're doing business with a Japanese businessman. We have Kristen as our interpreter. Hey, Jen Nichols. She is here and she is getting one. Awesome. I have you on my list, Jen. I wasn't going to let you get away tonight. You are the most generous yet reluctant person to get read. It's hilarious. Although I have read you on the phone and had a great time doing it. So it's funny to me because you're so generous, and then you kind of somehow sneak out or don't get read, even though you pay for ratings. I'm glad you're here, Ramona. Ramona Grimes over on Facebook says, I have finally made it to one of these, so excited. Good. It's your first one? Good. Well, then maybe I'll add you to the list as a free, Ramona. Because I don't think, if you've never seen a charming, maybe you can get a free, hold on. Un momento, por favor. Hello? Hello? Hi. He hung up on me. That's this friend of mine from Mexico. His name is Efren. Oh, he's calling back. 1 second. Sorry, guys. It's a little odd. Bueno. I'm fine. How are you? See? Um, uh, see? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. ¿Por cuántos meses? ¿Un año? Sí? Sí? ¿Pesos? Okay. No, but dólares, ¿no? Dólares, sí, no pesos. Pesos es no bueno, chico. Anyways, un momento, por favor. Can I speak to you later? Because yo necesito, yo tengo un brujito cosas en la video ahora. Yo en mi video. Sí. No, todo eso está bien. It's bueno. But I have to go because I'm live. I'm on Facebook Live. So, sí, sí, okay. So I'll call you in like maybe un hora or 2 horas, okay? Okay. Okay, gracias. Bye. Okay, back to business. Sorry, guys, that was business too. I might be renting one of my houses in Mexico. Yay! We need that income. That income would alleviate a little bit of stress for me financially. So, because I wrapped up a little bit of stuff in Mexico that I can't seem to sell. So, how does Renee Jenna wants to know how does one get on the list for a charm reading? Renee, there's two ways. One is I'm not necessarily for free readings. I would do it a small charming, right? But I get a little long-winded and I go kind of deep with the charmings. If you want to be guaranteed a reading, charm readings are I'm letting them go for a little bit cheaper tonight during the live event for $25. You can use my PayPal link, which is here. I will put it in the normally I would charge $30 over the phone privately for a charm reading where you can ask all sorts of questions and I charm a few different things for you or specific questions. Tonight it's $25 here if you want to be guaranteed one. If you want to stay and watch, then I may do card pulls or just other free stuff to make it available to people that maybe can't afford it or that don't have PayPal, that sort of thing. But I'm not going to do full charm readings for free. Does that make sense? I'll like maybe pull like a few charms and throw them out and read them for you. But it's a matter of who I'm drawn to and after I've taken care of those that have paid. Because I do have some paids on the list right now. Is oh my god, you all are putting me on your TV? What is going on? This is so weird. Kristen Ravello sent me a picture of me on her large screen TV. Now you all are going to YouTube and going to try and watch me on the TV. You're weirdos. You're total weirdos. Yeah, you're welcome, Renee. It's just that tonight is a paid event. It's not strictly paid. I will do some free, like I just added a free person to it. But I'll let you know that if I add you as a free, it's not going to be like a full bore deep charming. It would be like a charming light. Or, like instead of say a 5-card pull, you would get like a 1-card pull or a 2-card pull versus for free. Just to give you like a taste. Just a little snack, so to speak. So if you're interested in waiting around for that and staying in the room and watching the video, I'm more than happy to add your name to the list, but I do have a few people ahead of you. Hey Amanda, you're now over on YouTube. Y'all are switching from I want to get all the Facebookers over to YouTube. I think YouTube's a better platform, to be honest. Kristen Ravello says on YouTube, you're on the TV in the lady cave tonight. Oh, that sounds kind of kinky. Is there stalactites hanging from the roof? I don't know. We'll see. Hey, Christina Avalos, how are you? So let's get started. Let me get Andrea Maricol and my... I hope I'm saying that right. Is it Andrea? Well, we can't really know, can we? I'm just going to say Andrea. I hope that's right. It could be Andrea, but I'm going to say Andrea because it sounds more fancy. And I'm going to start with her charming through her translator. Andrea doesn't speak very good English, I guess, because Kristen has to translate for her. But they've started this whole watching me in the lady cave. So these two are probably doing jello shots watching me in the lady cave. So do you have a topic that you want me to charm on? Or is it just a general charming reporting for duty, which would be like a general charming where we throw it out there and see what happens? Oh, Amanda says timing is slow on Facebook compared to YouTube. Okay, so those of you that can switch over, please switch over to YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell so you get notified every time I go live. Just General Charming reporting to duty. All right, so General Charming for Andrea or Andrea. I don't know. We'll never know. That's the beauty of it all. And actually, wait a second. Did I just see... Andrea, you're actually speaking for yourself. We don't have to speak through a translator anymore. This is beautiful. This is like an achievement. All right, Spirit, to celebrate Andrea and my new connection with Andrea, mine is Kristen, the drunken translator. Let's celebrate. Give me a general reading of what Andrea needs to know from the sandbox. Let's see what we got here. Oh my god! That's way too many Scrabble tiles. Alright. I had a feeling this might happen. We'll see. Let's see what we can do. We might have to remove some of these as we go, guys. There may just be too many Scrabble tiles. Alright, so here's your board. Here's what we've got going on. Let me put the chat window back up and let me get my trusty pointer. Alright, so we're going for a General Charming, right? So that gives me a little room to move with all these Scrabble tiles. Scrabble tiles, what I have decided is that their face up or down values don't necessarily matter. What we want them for is the letters. So can you see that letter up there if I put that up there? Or maybe I could put them down here. Can you guys see that on the screen or no? Let's see, can you? Can you not? Not really. Okay. I will just flip these over. We have a lot of Scrabble tiles. This is ridiculous. So maybe the Scrabble tiles was a bad idea. We might need 3. This is like a bad episode of, yeah, 2 R's, 4 E's. Yeah, this was a bad, I'm gonna take out Scrabble tiles and sort through these. You have a T, so you could spell tree, girl. You have a 5th E. Yeah, way too many Scrabble tiles. Dumping the bag in there was not maybe the best idea. So I'm gonna set the Scrabble tiles aside. Unless you have 5 children all with names starting with the letter E, I don't think that these are of any significance. Because you got 5 E's, 2 R's, a U, a C, a T. You can't spell truck even, girl. You have 3 R's. Yeah, so way too many Scrabble tiles. So let's just go with the charms that are in there now. As I pull out Scrabble tiles, I will set them aside for now. And I will put a more balanced amount of Scrabble tiles instead of just dumping the bag 5 minutes before the show, before coming online. Alright, so let's look at this where I can see this too, because I got the chat window. Alright, so, what do we got going on, General? Wow, you're not listening to your inner wisdom at all, girl. Alright, you ready for this? Okay, so what I first noticed, I flip over this stone just to see what it was. I thought it was going to be breathe. It's not, it's wisdom. And it's in the past space, right? So I'm going to flip it over just so you can read it and see it. It's the wisdom stone, or the wisdom, like, glass, right? And it's flipped over, meaning like you weren't accessing it necessarily. This is sort of like the past, right? And on the board, this is how I see sort of our past. And it feels like right now there was a period in your past where you weren't listening to your own inner wisdom, even though it might have been sort of, you know, apparent, or you might have been aware of it. You were kind of denying it on some level. That's why this is pushed upside down. And so this would be in the past. And then you have a red die, which the red dies usually signify love. And it's in your subconscious, and the number 5 is up. So to me, it's either there was a strong desire for love. I almost want to feel like I feel like I want to say like there was a very strong relationship that was not only was it like love based, but it was also sort of, I feel like this might have been aggressive. Like, I don't know if there was a situation in your past where you were stuck in sort of either an abusive relationship or a relationship where it was supposed to be about love, but it feels like there's some anger here. I don't know if it was self-induced anger, but you are not listening to your wisdom and you're sort of staying stuck in there. Does that make sense to you at all? I don't know if that makes sense. The reason why I say that too is you have the big listen up here, which is the conch shell, and you also have the elephant up here, which is like sort of the memories in the higher mind. It's like the elephant never forgets. Um, and then you have the carnelian stone, and carnelian is in the higher mind also, which has to deal with the like root chakra or survival. The first chakra to me, it's like red. It's a stone that to me it represents all about sort of like grounding or being grounded, and it feels like because it's up here in the higher mind, it was like something that you sort of needed intuitively, that you were trying, maybe needing to give to yourself in your past, mind you. Okay, so this would be in your past. Um, but you were unable to give it to yourself. Like, to me, if you were able to give it to yourself, this stone would be down here, like showing me that it is grounded, right? And so, um, I was gonna put them on the hinge, Ducky, but there's just too many. Um, I mean, I can, but there's like so many E's, it's ridiculous. So I did think about running them along here, and I will as I pull them, but I'm gonna pull them out aside because it's just a new thing. I probably should have been more sparse. I put like almost 100 Scrabble tiles in there, and there's not a need for that many. So, um, so we have that going on. And then I want to see what this is. You have the Scorpio or the Scorpion, but he's upside down. And you have the Courage sea glass stone, right? And it is more in the present time in your higher mind right now. And it is sort of like, I feel like you're not sure whether or not you're ready to take the leap. There's something going on here that says to me that you're kind of holding off or holding back. And here we go, like we have this Scorpio or the Scorpion. The courage is laying on the Scorpion, right? Which says to me, like, I feel this doesn't necessarily have to be the symbol for Scorpio. It was my original symbol for Scorpio. It could represent as that, but it could also represent as, like, I don't know if you're in a relationship with a Scorpio that's not very good or wasn't very good. Maybe it was in the past. That's why he's flipped on his back. But whatever it is, it's sort of requiring or calling for you to have courage, or it's a relationship where you were stung pretty deeply. Does that make sense? That's what I'm feeling. That's why the Scorpio is represented here, is because there was like a stinging or something that's happened. Then, and this is funny because this all sort of, maybe I'm wrong. Definitely not. What does that mean? And Andrea. Oh, all the E's, definitely not. Okay, about the kids, that was like a joke. I didn't think you had 5 kids with the letter E as their starting name. That would be like you'd by the fifth one you'd have to name them Einstein. So I don't think that you had that. But is any of this resonating at this point? Is any of this making sense now? Because seeing that definitely not kind of just pulled me right out of the flow. So I want to make sure. That's why sometimes with the chat, it's hard to keep up with the chat. So I want to make sure that I'm on. Hold on, let me switch cameras. If any of this is making sense, the thing is as I'm going, I'm sort of in the zone and I'm looking at the charms and sort of listening back here and trying not to pay attention to the chat. But when I see it definitely not, I'm like thinking, oh my God, am I totally off base? So it sort of takes me down from being out up there, if that makes any sense at all. So if it is making sense, could you let me know? Yes, old friendships. Okay, where you've been stung and you've not maybe spoken your truth or accessed your, like, trusted your intuition or your wisdom on those sort of things. It feels like there's that. This is in the present, okay? And what's going on in the present, and this is for Andrea Maricol, Jen. You're gonna be next. So in the present, what's going on here, it's funny because I feel like there's another male here. I don't know, let me just look at this. We have the crab sitting in the middle of everything, which the crab shows up, and the crab's always kind of crabby. This guy was a keychain, and he kind of symbolized for me when I bought him and I put him in. He can symbolize like a male that's crossing all of this. If there's a male in your life that sort of is giving you trouble, or if it's a past male, like if you've lost somebody important to you that's male. Because sometimes he signifies sort of the passing, like I feel like he's asleep or at rest, but he was face down and he's sort of laying across your present time space. And there's this crab that's sitting on top of him, and the crab is sort of, it could represent as Cancer, but I kind of feel like I do now have a Cancer symbol in there. This to me feels like this could be you just being sort of like maybe in a bad mood or a little bit crabby in present moment, like you're not maybe at your best or at your fullest. That's why it's face down. And the part of the reason why I say that is because we have this wisdom turned upside down, but we also have this wisdom, the owl here in the center. He's underneath this charm. Let me see what this charm is. This charm is the guardian angel. And this charm is like laying on top of the owl. And so this says to me, because the owl's upside down, right? The owl's upside down, but he's face up. So it says to me right now, you're accessing your knowledge a little bit more than you were in the past. In the past, you had it, but you knew it, but you weren't listening to it, or you weren't voicing it, you weren't saying it, you weren't using it. Now you're beginning to bring it forward. You're starting to bring it forward. And in your higher mind, you know that that's going to take some courage. You have this courage charm up here. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't have the charm window up. You guys, I forgot. Sorry. So you have this courage charm up here, and I think that you know in your higher mind that stepping forward in your knowledge as you begin to bring it forward is going to require courage from you. There is this male figure that's crossing all of this, and I don't know if it's because of a passing or because of the end of a relationship, but it feels like he's laying on his face down, like the experience of it or the memory of it, whether they're past or not, is sort of still having an impact on you. And it might be affecting you in a way that sort of makes you feel out of sorts, a little bit bitchy or upset, angry. And that's not who you normally are. That's why this feels like it's face down to me. The other thing that's here is you have the scuba diver. He's connected to this knowledge. His feet are actually, his flippers are actually in the hook of the knowledge. To me, and he's swimming sort of upwards, which is funny because the scuba diver signifies going deep, going deep down in, and doing sort of like meditative work or going inward and finding one's own inner knowledge. So this knowledge, it almost feels like he's swimming upwards, like going deep to try and turn this owl upright. Does that make sense? And so to me, it feels like he's trying to, you're doing the work or you're trying to do the deeper work to bring your knowledge about and to like own it and really trust it. And you're beginning to do that. And then you have the first chakra here in the present moment, which was similar to this one here that was in the higher mind. And it's down lower, which says to me that you're now beginning to sort of ground in your life. And as you're doing that, this courage, I feel like, is going to flip over. Like this courage stone in your higher mind will flip over. It's telling you to have courage and keep moving forward. This other charm that I took off of the owl is the guardian angel charm. Whoops, sorry, I just dropped it. It's the guardian angel charm. And it was laying face down like this. But what I feel like sometimes when it lays face down, I feel like that means that you're not listening to your guardian angels. But for me, this does not feel like this. This feels like you are being protected right now. It's laying over this owl and this scuba diver because whatever this knowledge and this work that you're doing and this grounding that you're doing, it's been beneficial and good for you. And it's going to empower you. And your angel wants you to have this. So it is sort of protecting you. Like I feel like I feel like this is sort of shielding you from the past a little bit, like keeping you protected and keeping you in a space where you can do this work and you can gain this knowledge and you can bring it forward and and have it, right? And have this, bring in this courage in your higher mind to really pursue what it is that you need. And then looking to the future, right now your future is kind of open. The one thing I do see in your conscious mind future is you have the baseball player, which is very cool. He's sitting on top of the ball, which always kind of signifies not only are you ready to play the game, but you're kind of on top of your game in the future to come. Okay, so it says like you're ready for whatever's like life has to throw at you, because he signifies as a catcher, but he's also like on top of the ball, like he's sort of like ready to play. He's on his game, shit is good, things are working. And then you have the good for one hug, which this to me is about physical love and affection, not only the giving of it but also the receiving of it. I feel like there's a heart here, so there's love in the future. This to me feels like balance. It feels like you're gonna feel like going into the future, as you begin to trust this knowledge and ground in it more and have this courage, things are going to feel more stable, more like life will be more upright. You'll be trusting yourself more. You'll be more able to sort of be like, not physical with people, but do you know what I mean? Like loving towards people. That's what this good for one hug is. It's sort of like you being outwardly giving of love and also being able to receive that love from others. So to me, these charms being so close together, also being in the conscious mind space, in the aware conscious mind, it says to me that there's not a lot of stuff going on in the past or in the subconscious or lingering that you're working on or worried about, and there won't be a lot in the higher mind that you'll be worried about. It looks like you're going to be going into sort of more the conscious mind, working from there and really using your knowledge and your guardian angels and their protection to sort of ground you and bring you forward to a place of feeling like on the ball, girl, and ready to like not only give love but experience love and have love given to you and accept it fully and wholeheartedly. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, Andrea. Hey Terry, how are you? Andrea says, you are so dead on, it's crazy. I love it. Thank you for saying that. Oh, that makes me feel good. I get the like, and let me tell you, I'm going to go back. I'm going to switch cameras really quick. I just want to tell you that this is fully a guardian angel. Like, this is like all about him laying over you, like protecting you, girl. So you've got this. Okay? You are very welcome. You are very, very welcome, even if I've butchered your first name 8 times over. So I'm going to put all this stuff back. We're going to go to Jen Nichols next. Jennifer Nichols, calling Miss Nichols, the lady who has supplied us with the cards that we will be using for tomorrow morning's forecast. Please tune in for that. That will be very, very exciting. We're going to be using a new deck. It might be a big, like, interesting change. It could be a major fuck up like these Scrabble tiles. We will see. Oh, that's right. Kristen says Andrea's Guardian Angels is getting all the shout outs the past 2 nights. It's very possible. Because you did get that last night, that I was seeing that the angel travels with you, and when I asked Spirit to come through, it shows me this stuff. Jen Nichols, what do you want? Did you want a specific subject, or do you just want a general charming? You tell me what you need. Hold on, every time I switch cameras I lose the chat box. It's so dumb. I would love to get this fixed. Okay, I gotta check PayPal because somebody sent PayPal. Sorry, one moment. And Jen, you let me know what you would like for your charming. Do you want just a general charming or on a specific subject? Oh, it's just a second payment. Oh, Karen, thank you. All right, you're already on the list, Karen. Thank you for sending that second payment to bring it up to 25. Thank you. I appreciate that. I wasn't going to mention it. I was just going to let you slide for 15, girl. Because you gave me this beautiful pointer that I use all the time. You didn't have to send the full 25. But thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. What are your options? Well, your options are you could do a general, which we just kind of did for Andrea, where we just throw stuff out and just start talking. Or you can do like career, you can do love, you can do, I mean, maybe even health. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I can try and do health. You can do um, your family, like whatever you want to look at. I know the pointer is boss. Like, I love this pointer. Karen sent it to me. It's 2 bullet shells. It's 2 bullet casings. It's fucking fierce. And it's wrapped together with a piece of rose quartz. I love it. I have the business card of the lady in my bedroom who made it. I'll have to hype her again. She does beautiful work. So, general, like what's next for you? Okay, well, there is a future space in here. So that'll tell us a little bit. So I'm just going to do a general and we'll see what happens. We'll see what comes up. All right, let me get the chat window out. So, Spirit, please give me a general timing for Jennifer Nicole. What's coming up for her? What does she need to know? Alright. I put some of that back because it just felt like a lot. Alright, see, now this is more like Scrabble tiles that I would like to see, where it's not like overwhelmed with Scrabble tiles. So let's see what you get for Scrabble tiles first. You've got a J, which could be you. You got an E. You got an N. Shut up! You got a K. And you got a P. Okay? I'm not sure what that means, but I think that I don't know. So I'm saying that's Jen for Jennifer. That's what I think. Is that backwards? It looks backwards on the screen, but I can't fix that. Anyways, so let's look at what's going on. You've got a lot of shit going on in the present time, and I can tell you this. I know that you wanted to know a little bit about your future, but I think that this reading is going to be all about what's going on right now in your world, because you've got some stuff going, girl. There's something going on with... How personal can I get, Jen? How personal can I get live like this? This is... You know what this is? Hold on, I'm going to switch cameras really quick. This is why you always give me money and then never get read, because I know that you are, like, there's this reluctance, like you might get read for filth or something, like that I might read you, and I feel like sometimes you're nervous or you hide, and this is why, like, you get the Jen that comes out, and then you get this stuff, like, in your present life that I feel like there's some personal stuff going on in this reading that might be better said between you and I over the phone. But if you also strike me as the kind of girl that you don't hide secrets or anything like that. So if you're open to me and I have permission to read you as I see it, I will do so. But we are in a public room, so I want to get your okay before I go forward with this charming. Well, all right, I'm just going to start with it. If it gets too personal, you tell me to slow down or not say anything, okay? I'm going to say this. There, you've got the queen crown right here in the center. Oh, let me switch cameras. Sorry, you guys, I've got to pay attention to what I'm doing. I just got so excited when I saw your name. Okay. And I don't know if K and P have any significance to you, but think about that for a minute, okay? Or PK. I don't know, it could be PK. Do you watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Maybe you have a secret crush on Dorit's husband. I don't necessarily, but you might. Or it could be KP, I'm not sure. Or it could be Jenna. Just kidding. Alright, so it could be 2 separate people too with initials P and K, if you think about that. Now let me get to the charms. Okay, so in your future, what I do see, because you kind of question your future, and your future to me is very clear. There's not a lot in the future space, because I divide this by like 3 sections. The majority of what's happening for you right now is the present time, or at least that's what Spirit wants me to talk to you about. It looks to me like in your subconscious and your conscious mind, there's going to be work to be had, and it will be creative, and you will work on it. But it's a little ways away, if that makes sense. Now, down here in the subconscious mind, we have the symbol for Gemini, what I had originally put in there for Gemini, but this could also be children. I think this might be in the back of your mind or in your subconscious. The children are sort of first and foremost, no matter what. That's what I feel like from this charm. Like everything that you're dealing with here is all in effort to sort of support or keep them happy, if that makes sense. Now, this is what's interesting to me, all of this stuff here. You've got a lot going on in this little section. The first thing I see here is this is actually the king crown. This would be the crown, the smaller crown that signifies the king, but it's upright. And you've got the dream catcher. What's going on here is all of these charms are super buried on top of one another, which signifies stuff, okay? All that big cluster, exactly. So let me explain what I see in this cluster. I see you have the barbell, which is like sort of heavy lifting and a lot of work. You have the owl, which again is knowledge, but it's face down and it's sort of like kind of hiding underneath this serpent or this cobra. I wonder if there's somebody around you that can't be trusted that is making your work or your life harder right now. I think my feeling is, or my intuition is this is a third party or somebody outside of you, outside of your say your family or whatever, that might be giving you guys trouble or that you have suspicions about. It's also next to the boxing glove, which says to me that maybe in the past you've had to have blows with this person or fights, like struggles with them. I feel like this might be your husband, this crown, like you're taking care of him or loving him and trying to take care of him, but you guys have had to sort of like kind of maybe mess with this cobra or this snake, this person that's not necessarily always got your best interests. Does that make sense? Is that, I don't know if that's something that makes sense to you. This could be something that is over with or heading towards the past, because this glove is kind of leaning into the past section. I want to see what this is. You have the ruler, which is sort of about measuring, and this could be a measurement of time, I feel like. When I look at this, that's what Spirit's telling me, is this is about like the measuring of time. Like you're looking at a lot of things in how long it's taking, measuring it by time. Like, oh my God, I wish this would come quicker. I wish this would be done over sooner. And the cocktail is here. Like I don't know if like in your past, because of this stress from this person, this cobra, you've maybe wanted to have a drink or relax and like cut loose. And then the grace charm is here. And so it feels like to me, and this is kind of like if you split this into threes, right? This would be the past section. In the past, there's been moments where you've had to fight a little bit. You've maybe wanted a drink, but you've tried to handle it as gracefully as you can. You maybe don't necessarily think you have handled it as gracefully as you could have. That's why the word grace is upside down. But it is face up, so you have had some grace and some decorum, or you've been adult. I think almost this is your own worst critic stuff. Like to me, what my intuition is saying is that you actually did handle it with grace and this deserves to be upright, but you don't give yourself as much credit as you deserve. And that's why it's upside down. Now, you have the hammer underneath here in the present time. Like there's a lot of hard work happening underneath this or behind the scenes between you and your husband, because this crown is right here. So it says to me that you guys are hammering things out, working really hard. All of this is an effort for the kids. You do have this alien charm, which he's a bit of a freak. I put him in here because he was in a box of these old charms that I didn't know I had from like 20 years ago. And I was like, we're going to put him in there. What is he going to represent? I feel like he is sort of alien information. I feel like he can be sort of like foreign information or alien information that maybe comes from your subconscious a little bit in the past that you're trying to acclimate and make work for you right now in the now. Now, back to more of this cluster. You have this button. This was also in this box that I found. And it has, let me show you this button. This button has all of these ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs on it. And I mean, I don't want to get all. Hold on, I'm gonna switch cameras really quick. Wait, she says, you are describing my relationship with my mother in law, who is a Gemini and literally blew us off to hang out with the ex wife. That could very well be true. Is that the Cobra? That might be the Cobra. It's somebody here that you've had to fight with that is like sort of laying over this barbell like it's like hard work to deal with this bitch. Like, if that makes sense. And she's also like testing your knowledge. She's almost making your, it's not that you don't know what you know to be true, but it's like she questions it or she flips this owl over. When you have this hieroglyph here, right? It says to me that there's like this sort of ancient wisdom that's around you, and this is your dream catcher. You have the dream catcher at the center of all of this. It's face up, upright, and trying to be made possible, but like this cobra's kind of in the way, like, or it's trying to like foul everything up. Now, the one other thing I want to say underneath this dream catcher, so it feels like everything you're doing right now, you're focusing on capturing your dreams and making them happen. Your husband is too. Like, there is work to be had. You have this hammer touching here, touching the dream catcher, like you guys are building the dream together. But underneath this dream, which I think is beautiful, is another angel that's holding up the dream. You guys, here's the thread tonight. I think the thread tonight is going to be everybody's guardian angels is going to be showing up tonight. This is Uriel, guardian angel Uriel. So I want to grab a book really quick. I'm going to put him back underneath your dream catcher. And that he's face down, but I don't feel like the face down um, harms in any way or is negative in any way. What I feel like he's saying, like, this is the visual picture I'm getting, just like Andrea's guardian angel gave me a picture last night in my mind's eye. He's saying, put your dreams on my shoulders and I will help carry you there. Like, that's what I feel like. So whatever you're dealing with, like with this Cobra situation and past fighting and the stuff that you've been measuring by, don't let it get to you. There's ancient wisdom. There's ancient wisdom sitting on these dreams, right? These dreams are based in ancient. Oh, I'm getting chills down my back right now, guys. Like, something is in the room with me. Like, spirit is here. Um, this is ancient wisdom. You have ancient wisdom, or there is ancient wisdom within these dreams that you and your husband are trying to create, and you need to continue to create them and continue to work towards them. The hard work and effort that you are putting in is making this dream a reality, even if it doesn't seem like it, or if it seems like it's stressful at times. This angel here, Uriel, is saying to me, and I feel it. I'm gonna switch cameras on you guys. He is saying, like, put your dreams on my back and I will help you to carry them forward into the future. Okay? And I mean, even so that he's giving you like your name here. He's like saying, Jen, like, help me. Or like, that's what I want to say. The other thing is you have this charm here, up here. This is like the family crest charm. So this is about the family. This is in the higher mind. This is you and your husband, the two in the blacks die, which means grounded, and the two of you need to be grounded and strong together. You need that right now. That's in your higher mind. That feels like that's your focus. The moon charm is also here. There's also another guardian angel. This moon charm broke in a readings, but it still represents the moon for me until I get a new moon charm. So the moon is intuition. It is and it's also in the present time, so it's moving towards the future, right? It's facing the future, and it's kind of on the border between the present and the future. So move into the future right now with your intuition guiding you, your higher mind guiding you, being grounded in your relationship with your husband, and the family crest, like the family is important here. But it's face down, so like whatever this bitch says about the family, the Cobra, it says to me like almost like this face down of the family crest says to me that maybe the emphasis on whatever she wants isn't necessarily like the family's important, but you know what's important too, like the tradition or whatever that she feels like you need to live by or whatever. Like, don't let that bother you. Stay grounded in your relationship to your husband. It's good. And you have the lovers up here too. They're in an embrace. This is more like kind of from the past and into the now, but they're embraced and together. So it says to me that like a lot of what you're doing also is for this relationship and keeping this bonded and together. Is there anything else that I'm missing? Let me just see here. No, I feel that that's everything. Let me just grab one thing really quick because I want to explain something to you really quick before I move to the next person. One moment. I'm going to switch cameras, guys. Oh, I can't see the chat. I keep stopping and forgetting to put the chat up. He's your twin flame. There's a lot of love here, and there's a lot of like bondedness here. It looks like the two of you are like really working hard to be together. Not working hard, but like working hard for this dream, and it will happen. Let it happen. I'm not saying that you're not letting it happen. It almost feels like the mother-in-law, that cobra, is trying to get in the way. Like, fuck that cobra. Excuse my language. But I wanted to grab this book, okay? This is a book by Richard Webster, and he has one on the 4 different major archangels. And this is Uriel. And so I just wanted to look, it says, communicating with the Archangel Uriel for transformation and tranquility. It's a very simple read. It gives you different ideas about love, how to request assistance from Uriel, how to creativity, prosperity. Archangel. He's the Archangel of Earth. And it just gives you all different sort of information about the archangels, how to set up like an altar to him, what his colors are, so you could get candles in that color to light those candles to bring his spirit and his essence in. But I swear to you, I'm gonna flip the camera back really quick one more time. Let me just show you this book. It's by Richard Webster. Like I said, it's a super easy read, and you can. He teaches you about the different archangels in the back of the book, and just how to work with Uriel. And I really feel like Uriel wants to work with you. He already is, if you don't know it already. Okay? So I'm going to set that over to the side, but I just thought I would tell you that. He helps to bring transformation and tranquility. And let me tell you, this situation with this cobra sitting in the middle of it and all this work going on, you could use it a little transformation and a little tranquility. And maybe a Xanax. Just kidding. But I want to say this. There was something I was going to point out. Oh shit, now I can't remember it. What was I going to point out before I signed you off? You said about the twin flame. I just really think that there is a lot of really good stuff here. And there is really old ancient knowledge. So maybe this is past lifetimes, these hieroglyphs. That might be this ancient alien guy. I don't know what his deal is, but he's having he's bringing stuff in from the past too. And you guys are very grounded. There's the definite like relationship, stuff about relationship, connectedness, grounded in the two of you, and love. So, and you've got your name spelled out, girl. This is your reading. All right? You should read up on the archangels. I call them in all the time. I call them in before every reading, before every live event. I actually call them in before every morning forecast. So I'm going to clear the board. Thank you for donating and paying for a reading, Jen, and all the things you do. I totally appreciate it, and I'm so glad, and I'm stoked on this. Like, that's rad. That is beyond cool. Your middle name is Kathy? So you're Jen K? What's your maiden name? What's your maiden name? If it starts with a P, I'm gonna shit. Alright, I'm gonna clear the board, guys. Is Tina Charlie here? No, your mother-in-law's name is Kathy. Oh, okay. What's your husband's name? Nickname could be P. It's possible. Is Tina here? Is Tina Charlie here? Awesome. Thank you, Tina. Karen, you'll be up next. I know you've got your headphones in and you're at work, but you're up after Tina. And then we've got Ramona. Okay, so it's not. I'm not sure what the P is. The P might make sense to you later. Or maybe you just need to pee. I don't know. I may need to pee at some point. That your name spelling out made me almost pee. So, you know. All right, so she is here. Yes, no, I see that she is here. Tina, did you have a subject? I think you told me the subject, and I can't remember. Damn it. What is your subject, Tina, that you want me to charm on? There's that Mountain Dew again. Exactly. I gotta have a little sip of sugar just to. I should do it when I have the charm board up. You guys can't see me sipping then. It's my weakness. That and Cherry Garcia Ben and Jerry's. Oh my god. Such a weakness. You're welcome. It was trippy. It was awesome. And you can stay connected with your energy, and we love your energy. Just always disconnect at the end. Mountain Ew. Shut up. There's that joke, right, from when I was a kid. What do you call the sweat between Dolly Parton's tits? Mountain Dew. So stupid. Writing career and a job. Okay, Tina, let's do that. All right, Spirit. Thank you for that last reading. That was brilliant. Can I have the time that would be most effective to give insight to Tina on her writing career and job? What does she need to know? Interesting. You've got all kinds of different shiz. Let's look and see. Alright, you got some of the... Oh, girl. Girl. Alright. Let me put up the chat window, and here's Tina's read. Okay. Oh, this is kind of perfect. This is totally perfect for what you do all the time with your memes. I'm just going to read this to you because this came out like, this is what I saw first. Dwell on good things and all good things will come to you. Okay? So that right there, Tina, is a definite thing that should be in your higher mind. But this makes me think of the memes. Will you stop? I can't even get excited or else my dogs think a burglar's coming in the house. Y'all, everything's okay. So this makes me think of all the memes that you post that are always so positive-minded. And this is in your higher mind, and this is leading from the present time into the future. So keep this in your thoughts. Like if you could write this down and keep this like pasted to your window or your mirror. Ooh, I'm having a deja vu right now. Like I feel like I've said this before. Like I dreamt this. Okay, write this down if you can. Dwell on good things and all good things will come to you. Put that on your bathroom mirror. I feel like I've said this to you before, like I've done this already. Like I'm having a deja vu moment about that. So I think that if you need to be reminded of what that is, message me, but try and write that down right now and put it on your bathroom mirror so that you look at it every day. But this is, and this is sort of leading into the future. Let's look at your Scrabble tiles. So you get an R and you get a D. So I'm not sure if those are of any significance to you. Or a DR, you want to be a doctor? Do you want to work for a doctor? Do you work for a doctor? R&D is research and development also. We're asking about career stuff. You are a writer, so maybe research and development might be a good thing, or maybe you need to research and develop your writing. Okay, so let's continue on with the charming now. So this is like kind of important, I feel like. Um, Let me start at the past and work forward. So we have the hope charm down here, and it's in the subconscious mind, right? It's down low and it's in the past. It was flipped over and it is upside down. So it says to me that like there's been periods in the past where you've had a lot of lack of hope around your writing. Um, it means, repeat it again, dwell on good things, and all good things will come to you. I just typed it into the chat. So it's written on the wall in the chat now, Tina. Okay? So what we have here is we have in the past the hope charm is upside down, right? And it was face down. So it feels to me like there was not a lot of hope, or you had maybe lost hope at some point in the past. Maybe around your writing or your dream of being a writer, you sort of, I don't know if you gave up on it. This five is one of the astro dice, but it also signifies a five to me. I'm not sure if there's like, for some reason I want to say like, do you have kids? You don't have five kids, do you? I feel like this is like family, because the family charm is also up here too, right? In the higher mind and conscious. Sort of, I feel like there's a big focus on doing this for your family. There's also the man that's there's a man here. I feel like he's potentially past, or a loss that happened in the past that still affects you to the now. Um, I want to see what this charm is. This is the believe in your dreams, and it's turned over. It says to me like right now you're like, because it sits right on the border. We have the border of the past and the now right here. It feels like to me it's like you're trying to believe in your dreams, and you're trying to bring that energy forth with you from the past into the now and maybe flip this over, but you're not necessarily um, fully feeling like you can access that. And there's this pain, there's this sadness that sits in your present time subconscious, like it's a loss of some sort, or a sadness maybe around the loss of this man. Um, this is one of the chakra stones. This is the solar plexus chakra, which is like your third chakra. This is sort of where we kind of control our life from. And to me, this is sort of, again, bordering the past and coming into the now. I feel like maybe you didn't feel like you had a lot of control in your life, in your higher mind, maybe during this loss, if this was a loss of somebody that you loved, or cared about dearly. You maybe felt like during that time you might have lost some of the control, or you might have fought a fair amount, because we also store, like, we have our arguments and our need for control from our third chakra. Then you have this other charm that this came out of the box, this plastic thing. And this is funny because this is Confucius. If you can see him, it's like a little ancient Chinese man. And to me, or at least I think it's Confucius. I've always assumed it was Confucius. That's what I think it is. He's laying over the star card, the star. And to me, this represents like the star card in the tarot, which is like the opportunity to shine, to trust your intuition, to really be who you are. And this is dead center in your present conscious mind. And so I feel like he's laying over this, like, in essence, Confucius to me was like a sort of a writer, right? He was an Asian writer that had all sorts of uh, quotes and wise wisdom that he shared, and I feel like him laying over this star, it's like you're not necessarily trusting your wise wisdom around what you know to be true about your career or your writing, and because of that, you're not necessarily able to bring forth the wisdom that's in this Confucius charm. And it's sitting on top of your ability to shine. But underneath this, if you begin to trust it, you will start to shine, and you will start to bring forth what it is you need to do to be able to be creative and have this knowledge that comes with this charm here. You have the four of in green, and this green represents healing or money. To me, the four, six being the highest on the dice, four is decent, meaning like as far as career and money, it feels like you have, if you're not earning decent money, you have the potential to earn really good money. If you're not already earning it. And then you have the six here, and this is usually, the red ones are usually about love. So there's an intensity for, an intense, like a high possibility, because it's the six, that there could be love if you don't already know about it. Now, you also have the sewing machine underneath here. You have the scuba diver. You have to dig deep, and you have to do the creative work. You have to do the writing. This is all going to help to support the family. And then this is the funny thing about this is you get the one of the astrological coins, and these are kind of, let me pull this up. This is going into the future. These are kind of dirty, okay? These coins I had in that box from years ago. This is Leo, right? But they have like people having sex on the back of the coins. I don't know where these are from. These are from like probably some, I don't, God knows, somewhere years ago. And I have different signs and they have people having in different sexual positions. And to me, the sexual position side was up. It says to me that there's a possibility, I don't know if A, you're a Leo, or there's a possibility you could meet a Leo that you could be very attracted to. And the reason why I say that is because of this six red die says that there's a possibility for love if you don't already have it going on. Does that make sense? And then you have the dragonfly, which usually is a symbol for spirit, but it also is face down. So I don't know if you're letting spirit guide you or if you're listening to spirit as you move forward into the future. Like to me, it feels like you might take the safer road, the the um, the sort of smarter choice, the more stable choice. Uh, that's what this upside down dragonfly says to me. Is that it's not that he's upside down, but he's face down, right? So it says to me that like you may not fully let spirit guide you through this process, and that's okay. We have that choice. We have that free will. In the future, you have the anchor symbol, but it's upside down, which says to me that it's not going to drag you down per se, but it's also not going to, like in the future, you may not feel very like weighted in your choices about your career. To me, there feels like as I'm looking at all of this, there's a lot of doubt here. Like, you have really good symbols, right? You have really good charms. You have a really high healing and money charm here. You have a high love charm here. You have the scuba diver. He's swimming upright, like trying to go into your higher mind, bring knowledge forward and out and be creative. He's right next to the sewing machine, which says being creative. But we have this spirit here, this dragonfly that is, it's not blocking you, but I feel like it's trying to help you, but you're not necessarily allowing it to or trusting it. You're going to need, if you choose to change that, you certainly can, and you can move forward. But your past history dictates that you've had this idea where you have not allowed yourself to hope, have not allowed yourself to maybe believe in your dreams as much. And so going into the future, it's very important. Like I said, dwell on good things and all good things will come to you. So dwell on what's good, dwell on what makes you feel good, dwell on what makes you feel right. If you meet somebody, if he's a Leo, or if there's somebody you're attracted to and you feel connected, even if it's just a purely physical connection, go for it and let it feel good and enjoy that. Life's to be enjoyed. It almost feels like even sort of like the way that you ask is well, see, you're asking right now, how can I? That's for you to answer. you have to start to, like, this is the answer right here. This needs to be put on your bathroom mirror every day, and you need to read it and believe it. Dwell on good things, and all good things will come to you. That's like where you begin. And then, like, remember, the family charm is here in the present mind, in the conscious mind, and higher mind, meaning like everything that you're doing for a purpose, to be stable and happy and maybe create a family if you don't already have one. You have the capacity to do it. This star charm tells me you do. But the thing is your self-doubt is just not, like, I would do third chakra work. I would look up, I would Google your third chakra, and I would start to meditate on good things and on your third chakra. And I would start to look at the work there. I would start to believe in myself, in what I want to do. If I want to write, then I would write, damn it. I would find every minute of every day to write, if I could. And if I need to work to pay the bills, then I work. And then in those moments when I'm not working, I try and write. I wouldn't doubt my writing. I wouldn't question my writing. I would try and push forward with it. And you have an opportunity here to make enough money to keep yourself supported so that you can creatively pursue your dreams. If you trust spirit, it's going to bring you to a place where you can experience, maybe this isn't necessarily like a relationship. Maybe this is just pleasure in the sense of having pleasure at doing the things that you love. But you have to believe that you can have it. You have to believe that you can create it. And it says to me, this belief in your dreams was flipped over. Like, every time you choose not to write, you're sort of you're denying this star that's underneath here. You're denying this Confucius that is sort of face down. You're denying sort of your own inner knowledge or your own information of what it is you want to do, and you're doing things maybe to get by or to make ends meet. And that is not necessarily what's going to bring you happiness or joy or pleasure in the future. You write, okay, for those of you watching Facebook, says, I write contemporary romance, so the coin sort of works. Well, there you go. So keep writing the contemporary romance. They're certainly having a romance right there. They're trying to show you it all. As she ripped open his pirate's shirt and saw his heaving chest, she gasped, Jacques! Take me! Take me! Take me to Disneyland! Tina! Ah! You're asking, you says, so does that mean I will be successful as a writer? Question mark. What do you think? You can answer that for yourself. It says, dwell on good things and all good things will come to you. Do you want success as a writer? Do you believe that you can have success as a writer? Do you believe that your writing is good enough? That it deserves to be written and released? Or do you believe that you need to take another job to pay the bills and postpone your writing and not do it even though it's the thing you want to do? What is it that you believe? Are you believing in your dreams? You're asking me the question that only you can answer, in the sense that if you don't believe it, then it's not going to be successful. But if you do believe it, which it's telling you that you should, it looks to me like that coin with the people having a romance. Like, okay, so I write contemporary romance. There's people on the coin, which represents money, having some romance coming in the future. So that says maybe you might be actually able to monetize some of your writings. But you have to believe that first. I know it's not like that. I was just making a joke. I don't think that you write that way. But I was just thinking of those, those novels that you see in the supermarket from when I was a kid in like the early 80s. But there is a coin there, and there is people having a romance on it. So it says to me that quite possibly your creative energy could create money for you and you could be successful. But if you're asking this question, then that means that you're already doubting it before leaving the gate. So I don't want to say I wouldn't leave the gate yet, but I would definitely get to a place of believing in yourself and believing in your dreams and knowing that your writing is good enough. If you doubt it, then you're not doing yourself a service. You have that star charm in the center, right? Let me go back to the camera. I'm going to show you this one more time, and then I've got to move on to the next person. You have this star charm here underneath all of this as the center. It's like dead center. It says to me, you can shine, you have the power, you even have the writing ability, but you're not trusting it. That's why he's flipped over and he's laying over your ability to shine, because you're not releasing it, you're not letting it out. Do third chakra work. Look up the third chakra, start meditating on it, start opening it up, working on it, clearing it out. Any fears, any worries, anything that's going on in your third chakra that's blocking your ability to dream or have the things that you want, start working on it, getting it clear, flipping this chakra over, bringing it into present time, remembering why you're doing what you're doing, that it's for the family or for supporting your family and creating a happy existence for yourself. Know that you deserve that as much as anybody else. Know that there's the possibility of love, that whether this is a labor of love or your writing is a labor of love, or whether you find love coming up in the near future, just go for it. You don't. Right now, Tina, you may have to do both because financially, that might be what you're telling yourself. But this coin says to me that you might be able to turn these romance novels into an alternate source of income. But it's like you can't go from nobody to successful in an overnight if you don't believe in yourself, right? Um, it's going to take some work, but you have to put in the work and the belief in yourself for it to be successful. It feels to me like that's what you want, but you're fearful of attempting to go after it. It is hopeful, but are you? That's where I wonder. And I'm serious, like this, let me put this under here. This, I know it looks backwards to you guys, this needs to be on your mirror. Like, I'm serious. If you don't like put this on your mirror and read it every morning when you get up, I think it has the opportunity to shift your brain and your thinking and your belief in yourself and get you going in the right direction, in the direction that you want, and in the direction that's going to serve you. I really believe that it will have an effect on like the power of positive thinking. It will help you a lot. All right, Karen, are you still here? I know you're at work, Karen, and you have your headset in, but I'm just give me a yes and a subject if you can hear me. Hey Linda, how are you? I know, so release those novels and see, you might be able to sell one. Like, have you, I mean, I don't want to, maybe you could talk about it offline or in the group about it, but like if you've written three novels, have you actually shopped them to anybody? Have you tried to sell them? You might find that a publisher may buy one, and that extra income might allow you the opportunity to write another one. And just be open to the positivity of the idea of that actually being a possibility. That coin said to me, that coin that was right here said to me that you might be able to turn this sort of romantic writing into, if not a fully funded, successful job, at least it might fund itself so that you get the opportunity to continue with that creative. You had the sewing machine too, which says to me that creative work uh, will be done. It looks like it would be a good thing. Is Karen here? Karen's at work too, Linda. I'm trying to get Karen to just say hello. I want to make sure she's paying attention. Not paying attention, but that, like she's able to get her reading. If she might be busy. I could do Ramona. If I don't hear from Karen, I've got Ramona on the list. Oh, you are here, Karen. Okay, Karen, do you have a subject? Thank you for waiting, you guys. Okay, I'll read whatever comes to me. Just this. Can I please have whatever it is that Karen needs to know? Okay, let's see what Karen. Ah, K-A! Karen Albano, I think that is right there, but I don't know. And then what is this one? An M. Alright, so you've got three K, A, and M. Let's see, what else do you have in here? What else do you have in here? Oh, I put this moon charm in here. Okay, alright, so I'm going to flip that back over. I forgot about that. Alright, so you have, this is Saint Anthony, I think, of Padua. He's the remover of all obstacles. Oh, hi, Sven. How are you? He is the remover of all obstacles. He's dead center in your spread, in your present mind. I think when I use this pointer, it makes the camera go out of focus. Sven, don't tear up that chair. He's the remover of all obstacles, and he's in the center. I don't know why he's upside down, but he is face up. I feel like I want to interpret this as if things feel a little bit upside down for you right now, maybe in life, or you're feeling like they might feel upside down in life, but not impossible, not anything that you can't deal with. But I want to use my pointer. I'm sorry, I love this thing. You also have the moon charm here, right? And he's right next to him in your center. Like it's like about trusting your intuition. But it's funny, you have this other moon charm down here that's face down. And so, to me, I'm going to say this. It feels like you might go back and forth between doubting yourself and believing in yourself, doubting yourself, believing in yourself, doubting yourself, believing in yourself. So there's that going on. Now, this whole thing back here, this feels like an argument or a fight. And I feel like the crab, the snake, and the panther are all going at it. Like, I feel like they're spinning in a circle. I feel like this is something from the past that might sometimes rear its ugly head, or a reminder of it that kind of comes up for you. And maybe it sort of makes you doubt yourself a little bit. I see you in this threesome as the panther, though. Like, you have this incredible strength, and I feel like this is so weird. I don't know why. This snake is a man, I feel like, and this crab may be another woman. And I feel like this is so strange. I feel like the woman and this panther, which is you, are both fighting this snake, but I don't think that you and this woman get along either. Does that make sense? This is from your past, though, and I feel like Sven's eyeballing this rubber snake as I touch it, and it shivers. Sven's like, "What the hell is that? I want that." Um, no way, Karen. I'm changing that. Karen Marie Albano, shut up. All right, so, and then down here in the subconscious, I have a 4, which is green. It's also, like, to me, this feels like it's more about, uh, 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 what do I want to say? This is more about healing the subconscious mind. And I feel like this is like healing things from the past, and now you're sort of benefiting from that in the now, in the present, where this is positioned. It feels like this healing took place like a little while ago, maybe a year or two ago, but it's still sort of taking place, and it's affecting you now, and like leveling out your life and making your life like more easy. But there still is this back and forth doubt between for you. But your this remover of obstacles is in the center, says that maybe things feel a little turned upside down, or you don't fully feel like you have all of the answers, but you will at some point. That's why he's here. It feels like at some point he will go upright and you will get there. It's just like you kind of have to recover from all of this craziness in the past. This is over, but sometimes the memory of it comes back. Does that make sense? And then we have the Aquarius symbol here. So I don't know if you know anybody that's significant that's Aquarius, but there's an Aquarius symbol. And then you have this, which was an old necklace that I used to wear all the time, which was the Eye of Horus. I wore this through high school. But it's flipped over, and it has the sun on it, right? So on the back side. And so the sun, the Eye of Horus represents sort of like ancient Egyptian knowledge also, but the sun to me is sort of energizing and powerful. So it feels to me like your future is bright, is what this is saying. That things moving into the future are going to be like, you'll have more energy, things will be good, things will be beneficial, things will be brought to life, things will be sort of nourished in a way, like energetically, if you just allow them to be, if you don't sort of doubt too much and just sort of move forward. The other funny thing is it's not, there's nothing really fully touching this is sort of in the future space, but what we have down here is you have this blue die, and what it says is, it says, yep. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but if you have any questions about your future, this looks like this would be an affirmative. The only thing is it's in your subconscious, so to me it feels like you are working on the power of positive thinking with this green dice here, and then this yup down here. Like, it feels like going into the future, there might be a little bit of doubt, that's why it's sort of upside down a little bit, but it's still positive. It's still a yup, it's like a happy-go-lucky yes. And so going forward with that and this sun charm, I think that things are looking better for you. They just need to clear right now. Right now, this back and forth between these two moons, this doubting of yourself is really what's key. You also have the one good thing I got to say about this is that, not that there's nothing bad here, but the good thing I want to say about this is that the moon that is upright is this moon with the guardian angel attached to it. So you do also have another guardian angel showing up in here. And then this moon over here that was flipped over, it says to me that your intuition, when it's on, And it's right, it's really strong because you have double moons represented. But you go back and forth with doubting it. Or you might go back and forth in, this is kind of in the future, so you might be experiencing some doubt or beginning to experience some doubt around some decisions that you're making intuitively about how to remove obstacles from your life. But you will be able to do that, and as you do that, you can trust your intuition, and your intuition will double and grow stronger. As you trust it more, this will flip over. There's like Aquarius has been having some bang on horoscopes the last few months. So this Aquarian energy, I think, is a good thing. If you don't know any Aquariuses, or wait, what? I do feel like things are a little bit upside down. Yes, there is back and forth and doubt. I have to get back to work now, love. Bye, Linda. Oh, you are an Aquarian? Alright, so this Aquarius energy, that I think that this is about getting yourself back in order, right? That's why it's face down. I put this in as Aquarius, as my original Aquarius energy. This is like getting into the flow of things and the flow of water, but also like flowing towards this sun, flow towards this positive energy, flow towards this yup, this attitude of gratitude, this sort of, don't doubt yourself, Karen. Like, you don't need to doubt yourself. Like, I feel like you've been through so much in your past, and this Panther says to me, he's upright, and he is you. You're strong, you're beautiful, you're knowledgeable, you are this Panther, you kick ass. And so whatever you're doubting right now, don't let doubt cloud you right now, because your intuition is doubly strong, even if you are doubting it. And this positive, like this yup in the future, means that whatever you're contemplating about your future, it's probably a yes if you stop doubting it and move forward. I know, another guardian angel. It's weird. I think it's just a theme tonight. There's threads between the readings that I notice Spirit does that all the time. Renee, I've got you on the list too. Thank you for being patient and thank you for staying and watching. So please just hang with me. I've got one more in front of you, and then you'll be next, Renee. And please, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel on YouTube. And share this video out, guys. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are you doubting moving? I think that you will know when it will be right to move. That I think that I don't necessarily see a move in here right now as much as I feel like this guy here needs to be upright before you're going to do it. This feels like, to me, your strength, your own personal strength. And when you upright him or you start to feel like things are okay, then you'll be able to make that decision. The fact that he's here in the center and he's face up says to me that you're close to that, but you just haven't quite fully made that decision yet. You'll make that decision, and when you do, the sun will shine on you, and it will be positive, whatever that decision is, okay? Whether you decide to stay or go. But that's up to you. I can't believe that these tiles are throwing out everybody's name. That's a little spooky. That's a little Ouija board weirdness. I think you do need to stop questioning your intuition, because I'm going to say you have double moons and a guardian angel in the center and Saint Anthony of Padua, like is it Anthony? I know he's the remover of obstacles. He's a Catholic saint. I can't remember if it's Anthony of Padua or it's I'll have to look it up. But I got him specifically because he's the remover of obstacles. And so I like that he is in my charm box to remove obstacles for people. So it says to me that whatever you're dealing with right now that might feel upside down in an obstacle, it will be removed at some point. You will stop doubting. Going into the future, you'll flip this moon and you'll be able to trust your intuition. Your Aquarian energy will kick in and it will hit your sun, and you will be you'll know your answers. You will know. And look, your intuition sent me this. And how right on the bang on the money was that idea? Like, thank you so much. This thing, I walk around the house and I do spells with this thing. I like tell the cat, behave, waha, behave. It never works, but I think it has to do with The cat, not the wand. All right, I am going to clear the board. I can't believe it gave me your initials. I think that's fierce. I hope that helps and resonates. You will find your answers, Karen. I promise you that. All right, Ramona Grimes. Miss Ramona Grimes. Yeah, can you hear him? Yeah, he's. Let me see if I can turn the camera. Can I turn the camera? Do you see him over there sleeping on the purple chair? That's who you're hearing snoring. Thank you, Karen. So are you. You're fabulous too. Let me move the Mountain Dew out of the way. That's Bodhi. He's sleeping. That's my meditation chair. I meditate in that chair before doing these. And so he's in my meditation chair now. He's doing his own meditation. He's sleeping. So yeah. And do you remember her? Do you guys remember her? Hold on. Hey everybody, it's Lydia! Lydia sits here on the corner of the deck next to the rose quartz. This rose quartz heart. You guys get a little behind the scenes action now of my life. And this is I should show you, well, I'll show you guys on a phone video. I can't move that camera, but that's who you're hearing snoring right now is Bodhi. He's in the chair next to me snoring while I work. It's exciting stuff. Okay, now I gotta reposition the camera. I messed that up. Oops. Wait, that's not quite right, is it? Why does that look crooked? Oh god, this is gonna annoy me now. No. Okay, well that's sort of okay. Maybe I'll just adjust the box. Okay. Yeah, I have a bunch of stones. I have a bunch of quartz, like rose quartz and stuff. Yeah, he's out. This is our like little peaceful space, this room. We burn sage in here and incense and just kind of mellow out and chill and do our thing in here. St. Judas Tadeo. That's who it is. It's St. Jude. That's it. St. Judas Tadeo. That's the one, the remover of obstacles. Thank you, Karen. That's who was in the center of your spread. It's Lydia! Remember we had that contest months and months ago? Or that might have been a year ago at this point. I absolutely love this pointer. It's like amazing. It's like killer. It makes me feel so like, I don't know, I love it. And I love like touching the crystal to the different charms. Okay, so Ramona, are you ready for your charming? He's snoring. Now all I notice is him snoring. He's totally ripping logs. Okay, General Reed, thank you. Alright, good. Please take your time. I'm really done. Oh my god, okay. You got a lot. That's a lot. Okay. Let's see here. This is a whole mess of stuff here, Ramona. Damn. Girl, you got a lot going on in your life. Alright, let's As MJ would say, let's unpack this. Wow, where do I even begin? First, I'm going to pull the Scrabble tiles off. Okay, so you have an E, another E. Jesus Christ, there were so many E's. I still have like 5 E's over here on the side of the table next to me. An I, E-I-E-I-O. Oh, please be an O. A G. Okay, so I don't know if that means anything to you. The G could be Grimes, but I don't know. Okay. Now let's look at everything else that's going on in here. There's a lot going on. A lot of it is from your past, and it feels like things are mellowing out for you. That's what I'm going to say first off. It looks like going into the future, things will be mellowing out for you. You have, like, shit, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, you have a lot of stuff. And actually, Jesus is here, like right in the center. That's kind of funny. He is face down, though, but he is in the center. So I'm going to slowly unpack this stuff. You have the rubber snake similar to Karen's, and I forgot to mention that the snake that that Karen had and this guy too. I have 2 different snakes. Like that metal cobra is a cobra that's like metal. It's to not be fucked with kind of thing. Like it's a snake in the grass. This is a snake, but it's the rubber one, which means like it's not really a threat. It's just more of a pain in the ass or a person that's an annoyance. So to me, this feels like this person might lay over a lot of your stuff from your past. This could be an ex, but somebody that kind of gives you trouble from time to time, but he's just sort of a pain in the ass. He's not a super big deal, right? And he's just sort of annoying. So I'm just going to move him off of the top of this and put him on the side over here. We'll deal with him later. Like that's kind of what the rubber snake represents. Is he's trouble, but he's just kind of more annoying at this point. And I feel like he's from your past, but he might sometimes surface in your now. But a lot of your stuff feels like it's from the past and it's slowly clearing out. Now, you have a ton of these word charms. Imagine, faith, trust is up here in the front. Underneath Jesus is the ruler next to believe. Believe is here. The 2 are like hooked together somehow. They got like stuck together. Where else? What? I thought I saw another one. Do I not see another one? Am I wrong about that? Okay, that's all that you have there. You've just got so much stuff here. Hold on. Where do I even begin? Like, I almost feel like your past was extremely chaotic. You have the guardian angel charm face down. Underneath the cancer charm, you have the children charm. You have half of the twin flame heart, but I don't see the other half on the board. So it says to me either isn't the twin flame heart, or that maybe you've suffered a broken heart in the past. And maybe it might be attached to children. I don't know if you have children, Ramona, or... and there's also the Aries charm here. Is this the other guardian angel charm? No, this is the Nino. And it's face down in the past. Hold on one second. I'm just kind of looking at all of this because this just feels sort of like, to me it feels like there was a lot of drama here. You also have the amethyst stone and the Eye of Horus, but it's upright, but it's down at the bottom of all of this. Like, I feel like in your past you have the dolphin too, which is communication and intelligence, but this snake was laying over all of this like this, sort of position like this originally. And I feel like this boxing glove felt like you had to battle him. You had to fight him. And it challenged your faith. It challenged your imagination. It challenged, like, you're beginning to learn to trust again. You're beginning, and you have these interesting charms. Like in the center here, you have the unicorn, which is upright, which is like magic, like right at the center of everything. And you have this Jesus Christ, even though he's face down, but he's underneath the magic. Like, I feel like almost like you're rebuilding yourself. This hammer charm down here at the bottom feels like presently like you're recovering from a lot of this stuff that went on. back here, like all of this chaos. And you also have the big conch shell, which is the big listen. Like spirit is trying to get you to listen, get you to believe, to start. And this measurement, this ruler is like it's either like this is usually used for me as measurement, but I also feel like this could be as like learning, like a ruler in school. Like I feel like in this reading it's more about learning and being aware, like learning to believe. The two are like literally attached to one another. Like look at that. Like I don't even know how the hell that happened or how they're going to get unattached, to be honest. Let me see if I can get them unattached. But I feel like, okay, they're now unattached, I think. No? Yes. So this to me feels like they're coming in together, like you're learning how to believe again. You're learning how to trust again. Trust was right next to believe. I don't know if you can see that the trust word is there. Um, the spider is in the center of it all, kind of turned over. And spider to me is about like sort of writing, knowledge, that sort of thing. It can also represent sort of like entrapment or getting ensnared in a situation that you don't want to be in. But with him being upside down, I feel like you're coming out of it. Like, you also have the crab again, too. So I don't know. What's your sign, Ramona? Are you hold on, I'm not reading the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. What is your sign, Ramona? Because I feel like right now, home life, you have the teapot that's upside down a little bit. So it feels like it's you're trying to get things right. The heart with the wings is here and it's present and it's upright. It's upside down, but it's like facing up. Another guardian angel is here. You have this one down here, but you also have this one up here. This is Raphael. This is in the present time. This is right now. Archangel Raphael is trying to help you. He's the archangel of healing, and he's sort of laying down here face down in your higher mind next to this clear quartz crystal that I put in there, right? So I put these little clear quartz crystals in here for clarity. And so you need clarity in your higher mind. I feel like Raphael is trying to help you clear your higher mind so that you can balance your home and your heart and you can have your faith again and that magic can come back into your life. And it's funny, I'm not like a super religious person. I do go to church, but like Jesus is underneath all of this. Like I need to take him out and flip him over. He's from my old box, but this is a little Jesus. And he is trying to like be underneath all of this. Like he's driving all of this. I don't know if you're a religious woman or ever were a religious woman, but he is very close to the faith charm. And I feel like this clutter from the past is kind of this history or whatever it is. You're trying to work your way forward and out of it. And it feels like all of these charms are here, but then they start to break away and come apart and lessen going into the future. Now, what's key here, for what I think is key here, is we have this archangel trying to help you with clarity in your higher mind. God or Jesus, whatever you want to, however you want to see this charm, is underneath all of this, like sort of, like kind of behind it all, like everything that you've dealt with. Okay, I feel like everything that you've dealt with, even the negative stuff, has been sort of like there to teach you in some way, shape, or form, and God has been by your side the entire time, is what I'm supposed to say. You have the bull charm going into the future. This could represent as Taurus. I don't necessarily know, but this could also just be you being stronger as you go forward into the future. You have this glass charm. Let's see what it says. It says, only you can give your special gift to the world. Okay? So I don't know if that has significance to you in any way, but to me it feels like this might be something that you might need to know or think about as you go into the future. It's funny that it says only you can give this your special gift to the world, and then we have the Eiffel Tower here, which would kind of be like a worldly place. But as I think of this, the Eiffel Tower not only represents travel, the possibility for travel in the future, but it also to me represents also the possibility of romance. So if you're not already involved with somebody, there could be somebody that you could be get involved with down the road, or you could travel. And then this book here is like higher mind knowledge, like all of this chaos, all of this sort of fighting and drama and everything that went on in the past that you had to deal with is leading you to this clarity, this place of clarity over here where you're going to start to realize that you have gifts to give to the world that only you can give, and you have knowledge, you've gained knowledge from all of these things. That's why God was sort of behind all of this, right? It's like you had to have chaos to get clarity. You had to have your faith and your trust and your belief challenged a long time ago. Maybe your heart broken, or feeling disconnected from your guardian angels, so that you can start to realize in the now, as you clear this stuff away and magic starts to enter your life again, as you start to believe and learn to believe again and trust again, you'll find love, or maybe self-love, and the ability to see your own gifts and share them, and really come from a place of higher mind knowledge with what you know. Does that make sense? You're an Aquarius. Well, it's just you have Aries here and you have Cancer back here. And then this bull could represent as Taurus. He was my original Taurus sign. But see, these are the new signs that I got for the signs because I didn't have all of the signs represented. So I got these off of Amazon where they say the actual sign. So it's like, boom, oh, it's Cancer. So I felt like this is a better symbol. Plus, they're all equal in size versus this one's way bigger than the bull, right? So like this stands a easier chance of getting grabbed. So I don't know if you know like Cancers or Aries that are significant in your life from your past, but those signs show up there. The big lesson is like pay attention. And also I gotta say this too, this amethyst stone is in the center, and amethyst deals with, intuition, psychic ability, the sixth chakra, which would be your third eye. So this says to me, trusting your intuition, getting in the center of your head, and then there's this Eye of Horus underneath all of this, which is ancient knowledge too, which also makes me think of the third eye. Like getting to that and accessing that right now, because this here is present time, right? God is helping you. There's magic working on it. You're learning to believe again. If you listen to spirit and you work on your third eye and gain that, get yourself back to that knowledge, you're going to realize about the special gifts that only you can give to the world. You just don't see them yet. That's why this is turned over. But the fact that this is on the board says to me that it's going to happen. It's also a little bit in future time. That's why it just hasn't come to pass yet. But as you settle all this stuff, you will start to see that. And then it becomes like a book of knowledge where you work from it, from a place that's balanced, steady, clear, and you own it, but it doesn't own you. Does that make sense? Right. Well, they were kind of in the past. Yes, the signs were in the past. Aries was a little bit borderline now, but mainly from the past. And definitely this clarity of the higher mind, like I would work with the Archangel Raphael. He's all about healing, and he will help you to heal. And breathe, girl. Just breathe. I just feel like there maybe was a lot going on for you in the past, and you need to almost give yourself a little bit of a break. Oh my god, you can hear Tallulah too, Kristen? Oh yeah, that's right, you're watching me on TV. Yeah, she's down on the floor. That's her. She's like right in front of the desk, like down on the floor. Do you know I sleep with three of them? And they all snore like 90-year-old men. I love it. And the funny thing is when I go and like say I stay in a hotel by myself, it's so fucking quiet, I can't sleep. I hate it. It's the worst. Like I'm so used to their snoring that I need like it's so funny. Like it it makes me feel like I don't even notice it. Unless like I'm watching TV, there's been times where she gets so loud in bed I have to actually like push her to wake her up because she snores so loud that I can't even hear the movie that I'm watching. You have the cats all around you? That's hilarious. Cats love divination. They are like white noise for me. You're welcome, Ramona. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. And you will, and it will get better and easier and clearer as you move forward. I promise you that. That's what's going on with your charms. It's like the past that you've had, you kind of needed to go through so that you can get the clarity that you're going to attain in the now that's going to carry you into the future that's going to benefit you and help you to see the gifts that you have to give and share with others. Mine too. Christina Avalos, for those of you on YouTube, she says, my dog sleeps so close to me at night I can't get comfortable. Gus does this thing where he wedges his ass into my lower back, and it's like, it's so, it can almost be painful at times, but he has to be touching me in the bed. Renee Geno. I hope that's how you say your last name. Speaking of which, the cats are being awfully quiet. Sven! Sven Kitty! Come here! Come here! Sven! Maybe he's sleeping. He might be sleeping somewhere in the house. I just want to make sure he's not, like, hiding shit from me. Or rearranging the furniture. Sven! Okay. Renee, did you have a subject you want me to charm on? Let me just double check my PayPal, make sure. One moment, sorry guys, I got a text. General read? Okay, I'll do that right now. One moment, Renee. Okay, Renee's gonna be the last one because I might have to go put out some sort of fire. I'm not sure what's going on in Mexico, but I'm getting weird messages from my neighbor. Alright, Renee. Okay, Spirit, thank you for that reading. Can I please Oops. Okay. Let me switch cameras. Okay, Renee. So for your Scrabble tiles, you got I. These are upside down. Hi, Tallulah. I don't want my legs licked. Everybody woke up. And Z. Damn, if we were playing Scrabble, we could use that Z, we'd win. Alright, let me see. Another guardian angel has shown up. Interesting. Okay, so. Are you a writer? Good night, Jamie. Or do you have aspirations of writing, Renee? Quasi? Because this says to me that, oh, hi. Come here. It's okay. Hold on, I'll be right back. Somebody just came to visit me. Come here. Ingemar. No. Ingemar. Ingemar, come here. It's okay. Somebody just came in to visit me and he saw the dogs. I'm gonna flip the camera really quick just to so you guys can meet him. This is Ingemar. This is my other cat. He never comes in here. So for him to come in here, that's like a big deal. So I wanted you guys to see it. See, like he's trying to get away because all the dogs now won't come in here. Will you guys leave Ingemar alone? He's a little bit skittish. All right. So let's get back to Renee's reading. Sorry about that, Renee. Leave the cat alone, Gus. God damn it. That's why he won't come to bed with us, because you always have your nose in his ass. It's like a sex club around here and nobody's getting paid. Cut it out. All right. So, ship him to me. He's beautiful. He's a cool cat. He's so... The thing is he's so loving when you actually get him alone. He's like super, super loving and adorable, but he's just kind of like really aloof, and he's beautiful, but you have to, like, it's got to be one-on-one time with him. And so when he walked in the bedroom just now in the office, I was like, oh wow, he never comes in here. So I wanted to just go say hello to him, because he only comes to me if I'm like making food in the kitchen, because he's looking for free food. He's like any typical male. All right, so I'm going to say this. If you have quasi ideas of writing, to me it feels like you should be, because this dream catcher is here and the big listen is here. And this represents the conch shell to me as spirit trying to tell us to listen up. And listen up means listen to your dreams. And in Native American belief, the spider is all about, in my medicine cards, is all about like the writing of the alphabet, like creating the alphabet with her web. So she's always about weaving and writing and telling the story. So she sort of represents in here about being the writer. And so if you have quasi dreams of writing, or you have these ideas possibly that you might have something going on that you might want to share with the world, Spirit wants you to listen up and maybe like tinker with that, or explore that, because whether it benefits the world or just you, it's going to benefit somebody in the grand scheme of things. And that's what's going on in your present right here. It's funny, this landed in the exact same spot as Karen's, with this doubted intuition, face down in this same spot. So I think that maybe intuitively you doubt yourself a little bit on a subconscious level. We have the Nino charm down here in your subconscious, but this is in the past. So there was a child that was probably, I feel like there was a child, or there was a focus on a child that was maybe important a while ago that maybe isn't. So maybe the child is grown now and you don't have to focus on them, or they don't have to be such a big part of your attention anymore, but they were there, or they're showing up. Like there's still sort of love there, but this is sort of like in the past. It's not quite as important. There also is this part to me where like you have the catcher face down, upside down. Like in the past, like you didn't feel like you were on top of your game. Like it took a lot of work. You had to work really hard in your past. Maybe you were working very hard for this child to support this child, but it feels something like something to that degree, like you weren't feeling like you were like life wasn't a fair game. Is what I want to say when I look at this charm in this position. Like maybe in your past you sort of looked at life being rougher or harder than it needed to be. You have this sacred heart upright over the anchor, which is upside down and face down in your higher mind next to the broken heart or the twin flame heart. And this is all in your higher mind. So this to me feels like, because this is the broken heart and the sacred heart, this sort of feels like maybe in your past your heart was kind of conflicted. Maybe your faith was challenged in some way. And the reason why I say that is because the Archangel Raphael, again, is here touching both of these in the higher mind, trying to like sort of maybe heal this lack of faith or this broken heart or this sadness. And to me, I feel like you've recovered from all of this. As I look at this, I feel like this is all definitely in the past. All of these guys here, these three, are your present conscious mind. And to me, they feel like upright and open and available and paying attention. Okay? But it feels like you've like gone, even though there's not a lot of charms here on the board, it feels like you've gone through a lot for other people, right? This Nino charm. Maybe for other people, you've gone through a lot or struggled a lot or worked really hard to get yourself to where you are. I feel like you don't necessarily have to do that for them anymore. They're of their own age, or sort of they're not in need of your assistance as much. I'm not exactly sure, but that's how that feels to me. This doubting of one's intuition, this flipped over moon charm, it just says to me that you might some at times doubt your intuition, or not necessarily trust what you're feeling or what you think you might want to do, or and I think that you need to listen to it more. The big listen is here saying like pay attention. Going into the future, you have um, wait a second. Z is not a Roman numeral, is it? You know how like they have like XII, for Roman numerals? Z is not considered a Roman numeral, correct? For some reason, when I was just looking at this, all of a sudden my eye got pulled here and I heard Roman numerals. Like II, like 1, 1, or 11. Okay, so that's maybe what this Nino is the caretaking of others. And Raphael is still, like, definitely got you through all of that. And there might be some knowledge that you have from that you could be sharing with the world. You don't think it is, Kristen? I don't know. I just, for some reason, I heard that when I was thinking, I looked at this sequence and I thought Roman numeral. Like, I heard Roman numeral. I don't know what that means. Anyways, so this is this red charm, or this red dice. It's not really a charm, but this red usually represents as love, or as it can sometimes be anger for me. To me, this feels like a fair amount of love, and you've also, it's next to the rose quartz. So, like, it feels like going into the future, there's a lot of love to be experienced for you. You also have a lot of love to give. The rose quartz deals with the fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra. So it brings me to that, to an intention in that place. Also, this is in your higher mind. But you say that you were a caretaker of others, so that makes sense why you would have these sort of like moving into the future. The other thing you have is the football helmet. The football helmet's in your future, and it is upside down. But to me, it's sort of interesting because you have this baseball player here that's upside down that doesn't feel like he wants to play the game. And then you have the football player. Come here. Come here. Ingmar. Come here. It's okay. You have the football player here in the future. Like, I feel like when I look at both of these, it's sort of like if it's not by your rules, you don't want to play. And I think that that's okay to make that statement. There might be some situations that come up that maybe overstep your boundaries, or that you don't want to deal with. And because you're coming from this place of love with these two charms in the future, it's okay to, you will be protected, but you don't have to necessarily play the games of others. Does that make sense? In the past, maybe you felt like you did, and I think that you've maybe learned. And I feel like this to me is more like a drawing of boundaries and saying, no, I don't want to. I'm not going to. And staying protected, like the helmet represents as protection too, as staying protected in one's, in where you are and who and whatever you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Like you draw clear boundaries and say, no, not today. Is it a rune symbol? Well, it looks like priorities might be going into the future, but you will be protected and you will be able to draw that clear boundary because, and you'll do it from a place of love, from your higher mind, and a place that's like sort of grounded and balanced in love. Fours always represent as balance. To me, like the four legs on a table that keeps a table balanced and stable. So there's a stability to the four. So like the love is coming from a place of stability for you and for those around you, whether they like it or not, kind of thing. If that makes sense. Okay, cool. Thank you. She says perfect sense. What rune symbol, Amanda? Oh, here we go. Z equals 26. Since A is the first letter of the alphabet, it is represented by the number 1. B, the second letter, is represented by 2. Z, the last of the 26 letters in the alphabet, is represented by 26. There's also numbers on these too. It says Z and I 22, my birthday. What do you. Huh? I'm not sure Z and I 22, my birthday. What do you mean? I'm not researching on the internet, so maybe there is a way to interpret that I don't know about. How does Z and I make 22 your birthday? I mean, 11 is a master number, but those are I and I, so I'm not sure. 1 and 1? I'm not quite getting you guys. Now you guys are all sounding like the goofy ones. It's not just me. I equals 2. Oh, does it? Oh, and then the Z is also sort of like a 2? Is that what you're saying? It's a fetch? Rise? I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that is. Uh-oh, the cats are going crazy. They're zipping around in circles out there. I can hear them. I can hear, like, fabric being crunched under claws, little bastards. Four equals 2 plus 2. Okay, now we're getting really mathy. Math was never my strong suit. Thank you, Renee. The zoomies, exactly, that's what I call it too. When the dogs start arguing and fighting, I call it Thunderdome. Because it's like two dog on top, one dog leave. Welcome to Thunderdome. We call it Thunderdome. Alright, so I think what we're going to do to close, aside from hold hands and pray, let's pull a card. Should we? Can we? Alright, let's do a quick card really quick. I want to do one more Moonology card for us tonight, just because I'm sort of digging this deck. We'll see what happens with this deck. This is just for us as a group, and then I gotta go call my neighbor because something is going down in Mexico. Alright, Spirit, can we please have a card to close the evening in honor of this full Pisces moon? Please give us a card that best represents what we need to know at this time as a group collectively. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun. Please like and share the video. Give it a like when it posts to YouTube. Please come back and hit the thumbs up sign. I need those likes to help the algorithms so that Facebook shares it out. I mean, that YouTube shares it out. Please let your friends know about me. Post the video in any groups where you think it would be enjoyed. Any and all passing of information helps me to further my business goals and dreams of doing this for a living, supporting myself and being abundant. And this will be our card to close the evening. It's gonna be this card? Really? I guess so. Full moon in Sagittarius, guys. It says, look at the bigger picture. The interesting thing about this is I see this arrow and the bow. And then there's this funny little design here. To me, this feels like all the guardian angels we saw tonight. And it feels like we can't miss... Do you see that design there? Yeah, you do. Okay. This feels like spirit or the angels that we've seen in all the different readings tonight. And it feels like this arrow is us taking aim at what it is we want by looking at the bigger picture and taking aim. What is it that we're passionate about in this full moon, right? What do we want to create in this full moon cycle? What excites us? What makes us passionate, full of love, full of joy? You know, this moon card is, I wish it was stop being so out of focus. What is going on with this camera? Screw it, I'm gonna switch up. Oh, there we go. Oh, you bastard. Maybe if I stop moving? Anyways, I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna do it because you all said make that bitch work. So I'm gonna hold the card up this way. We have a poll in the Facebook group, and I put as one of the options holding the card and then making that bitch work, meaning me, and of course all you bitches with a Z went and voted for that one. Okay, so I see this over here as sort of spirit guiding our arrow that we're directing towards the goals that we want. the things that we're passionate about. Sag is a fire sign, so it deals with passion, fiery energy, the moving forward and the creation of things, right? Full moons are also, good for creation. So the full moon in Sag and looking at the bigger picture, let's look at our bigger picture. Like in some of the different readings that we had tonight, where there was a lot of people like questioning what they need to do or how they need to go about doing it. Well, look at the bigger picture. What is the goal? What is our heart's desire? What makes our full moon bloom red, right? What makes us like turn on with love and passion and excitement? Shoot our arrow like the sage. Pull our bow back, and know that like spirit is there. Spirit is there to help guide us in our aim and in our shot, and that it will get us where we're supposed to go. We just have to trust that. Okay? So I'll leave you guys with that. That's the card for tonight. That will be the closer. And tune in tomorrow morning for the forecast. We start with our new deck. Our new deck, the Literary Witches. If you guys haven't seen the unboxing, I have an unboxing video here on YouTube. You can check it out. This will be our new deck for the week. We're going to be going through the weekly forecast every morning with this new deck. It'll be our first Oracle deck that we work with for the forecast. So that'll be interesting and exciting. So tune in tomorrow. I'm going to be on early tomorrow because I will have church at 10 a.m. So if you've hit the subscribe button either at Facebook or on YouTube and hit the bell, you will be notified when I go on if you want to be available to see it live. If not, it's totally fine. You can rewatch it and just replay it. Like, share, comment, subscribe on it, and enjoy it. And I will see you throughout the week. Hopefully I'll get a pick a card up this week and a bunch more unboxing videos so we have more things to play with. And we'll do some more charmed events. And maybe you guys will meet the cats again. Who knows what could happen around here? Who knows? We might have, before we know it, Ingemar might start charming and be hanging out here on the desk. We don't know. All right, so I've got to go because I got to go deal with what's going on in Mexico. But I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you all for tuning in. Without you, there would be nothing to do here. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to those that were patient and stayed through the whole evening. And thank you to all of those who bought readings. Thank you to those that waited patiently for the free readings. And I will see you guys tomorrow. All right? You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. I will see. Yeah, exactly. Shoot your shot is exactly the card of that. And trust your shot. Like, trust that intuition. Trust those guides. Trust those angels. They're working with us all the time. All right, you guys. Love you all, and I will see you in the morning. Have a good night. Bye.